Hi everyone, welcome back to another week with the Hartnetts.
Us.
We thought this video is a little bit more about just settling in. We've been here for a couple of weeks now. The second week was a little less hectic, but
Bit of a chore week.
Just getting jobs done, sorting out our next place that we're going to be moving to.
Settling into homeschooling, checking out some local cafes.
And I was a little bit under the weather the first week, and Tess is now a bit under the weather this week, so that's hampered things a little bit, but we're still getting out and seeing things and starting to get a real feel for Penang.
And we love it.
We are definitely falling in love with Penang. It's similar to other places that we've lived and visited in Southeast Asia, but
Different at the same time.
yeah, obviously being surrounded by water is wonderful. Getting the sea breezes as well as the heat that you're kind of used to in Southeast Asia has been really, really nice.
Penang's a little bit smaller. We're not in a major city, but it actually still has a lot of large buildings, loads of apartments. It's still got all the major shopping centres and stores that we look for.
But it also has the rustic old sort of Chinese style shop houses that are very old, and you can walk down old Georgetown, and it's kind of like it feels like a traveller's theme park in a sense. Well, at the same time, you turn a corner and you're in some crazy, super cool, modern cafe, which, as most people who know us, know that we love.
Anyone that's been to Southeast Asia knows that it's hard to find cafes that are open early in the morning. Most things get started later, but they also finish a lot later. So you're usually the first into a cafe when you do find one open at a convenient time for people with kids.
Which is kind of cool. It's the same with the big major shopping centres. You can go in there, they might only open at 10, and even at 12 p.m. they're just still pretty deserted, which is kind of, we love.
Yeah.
Means you can get in there, it's like a bit of a ghost town, and get done what you need to get done and just hang out and leave before all the crowds come. Having said that, when the crowds do come,
They come. And that's usually when we leave.
we've explored a lot of we still have a lot of cafes left to explore. A lot of the big shopping centres we've now sort of visited.
Yeah, we haven't explored them, but we have absolutely visited them.
So we do like sometimes going to the older ones in Penang. That would be things like Komtar or First Avenue or Prangan Ball. They're all joined together, but didn't probably enjoy those as much as we used to. We thought they might be a little bit more like MBK. But they're kind of not. They're just very confusing and random, but not that interesting. Some of the nicer newer malls like Gurney Paragon or Gurney Plaza probably our go-to. If you have to go to a mall, they're the ones to go to. Or Queens Bay down near the airport was massive.
Yeah, it's huge. It's probably my pick, but
Yeah, if you into a giant mall with everything you could ever possibly want, you go to Queens Bay. We unfortunately went there on a weekend, and it's just thousands of people, so we might try and get there again.
yeah. But if you just want to pick up your essentials, even if you just need some new t-shirts and underwear, as we recently had to go find, then the Gurney Plaza is probably a really good one and an easy one.
Yeah. Right now, this is Gurney Paragon, which is next to Gurney Plaza, which is still very good. It's still got a lot of mod stores like H&M and
Cotton On.
and it still has a couple of cool cafes as well, but pretty kind of empty other than those, I think.
Yeah.
Whereas next door is Gurney Plaza, which is much bigger. There's a lot more things going on. But again, just for getting essentials done, plenty of restaurants, very nice, very cheap still, even though you're eating great food in a really fancy looking little place like this one.
Yeah.
And you just get
That was $3.50, I think,
$3.
Australian. $3 Australian for all of that for Luke.
And then I had to get the souffle because it was there. But yeah, there's so many of these different kinds of restaurants everywhere, as you'd expect in a place that's famous for its food.
Morning!
Morning!
What are we about to go do?
Street art hunt.
Yeah.
But now that it's sprinkling, I don't know.
So
We're going.
on a hunt for some street art.
Let's do it.
Sprinkling rain.
I guess most famous things, well, something that Penang is most famous for that tourists come to is the street art. So we finally thought we'd get out there. Luke's been wanting to do it for a while, so we thought we'd good opportunity to just explore Georgetown as well, old Georgetown.
Again, this is another thing you want to do first up if you can, because the later in the day it gets, the busier the street art gets and people are lining up to take photographs. I've got a little bit of footage of one of them where it started to get a bit busy that we'll put onto Instagram, so that you can kind of see behind the scenes versus what you really get.
And I think a lot of people probably say this, it's great, the street art, but probably the best thing it's for is it just gives you a point-to-point reason to wander around old Georgetown. Whereas the street art, it's great, it's fine, but it wouldn't particularly matter if you missed it. I think I personally just enjoyed wandering the streets away from the tourists rather than actually lining up to get your Instagram shot.
Yeah.
And we're pretty early, so we didn't have too many tourists. I've seen photos where it gets super crazy. It kind of goes for everywhere we've ever been, really. Get there early.
On social media, we found an amazing little ice cream shop, very photogenic. So we took Luke in there and had a bit of fun. But again, it's another place where it's an Instagrammer's dream. So you've just got lines of people trying to get photos. But it was worth it. It was really nice. The ice cream's actually really good, really cute. Good way to get out of the heat after wandering the streets.
And of course, a good way to make a little man very, very happy. That kind of wraps up the week.
Yeah.
Just can't believe that it's already been a couple of weeks here. We're very much looking forward to settling. I think we won't be able to get into a routine until we get into our next place. But having said that, we love the apartment where we're at. The view is amazing. The location's pretty good. But we're just very keen to get moving.
Yeah.
And that wraps up this week.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and follow us on Instagram.